For those of the people that don't know, you were incarcerated, and that's how you became a part of this.
Yeah, that's part of it. I was incarcerated, and I was what you call institutional firefighter.
That's how
So
you started.
right, that's how I
Okay.
started. It was just like the same thing there too. Like an opportunity came, and they got me into a firehouse, and it was like that too. It was like a no-brainer. Like I was only gonna be housed with like 6, 7 other inmates tops, and they were all legit, you know.
So this would be a separate thing from the
Oh
actual.
yeah, no, we were separated
That's cool.
from the whole like prison. Like that little bit of time that I did in the firehouse was just like it was super chill. Like I didn't like I really didn't feel like if I was in prison. Like I didn't have correctional officers running in,
Right, breathing down your bag and all that
yeah,
shit.
searching us or
Yeah, yeah.
harassing us. None of that.
So you guys were held up to a little bit of a higher standard in a
Yeah.
way, just because they knew what you were doing.
Yeah, the ones who were watching over us were our fire captains.
Okay.
So they only had the correctional officer title behind them because they had to be in a prison like that, but or to deal with inmates, but they were fire captains. Like they were firefighters.
Outside.
They went through the whole academy of being a firefighter to be able to be our captains.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know that was like
Yeah.
that's dope.
No, yeah, because like I said, we were institutional firefighters, so I wasn't doing none of the wildland stuff. I wasn't like going to mountains when fires broke out, like this one in LA.
Oh yeah, yeah, the
Palisade
Palisades.
State, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like we weren't seeing stuff like that. We were just dealing with like injuries or overdoses or stabbings or people who got beat up in
Inside of
prison.
the prison, okay.
Yeah, and that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Now, let me ask you this. Now, from the when you were in there and you got to, I guess, see all of that kind of stuff, the injuries, the overdoses and stuff like that. I'm assuming you had little courses that they would teach you guys in there for that. Or was it more?
we learned because I mean, like our fire captains, like they figured like it's something good for us to know anyways. But we never, because at the end of the day, we're still just inmates.
Correct.
So they're not gonna let us be performing CPR, you know, or putting an EAD on someone to try to bring them back, you know.
So it's kind of like you're an assistant to them in a way.
Yeah, we're basically just doing the
Okay.
heavy labor, you know.
Okay.
We're freaking.
So when you were in there, that's pretty much what you guys were doing, just the
Yeah.
heavy labor, helping out where you could.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
That's pretty cool, though.
Right.
Now, the transition from going in there and coming out and doing the profession that you're doing now, was there like a lot of certificates and stuff like that that you had to get inside? Or did that kind of happen after?
So no, so that was actually a thing that we were, well, not me, but like my other coworkers will say in there. They were discussing like stuff like, man, well, why can't we get certified like for certain things? And yeah, no, we couldn't get certified there. So when I finally came out, and I applied before I got out. So I applied. And then when I got out, I followed through, and then I kind of went through a little process of it, and then when I finally got accepted into the to the academy or the program, which is called VTC.
Was it hard to get accepted into it, or was it more paperwork, or was there like meetings that you had to attend to? Or
I mean, you basically have to. So this is what they say, right? And I mean, I hope they don't, crucify me for it. But they say, at least they told us that, that every academy, every cohort is what they call it. Everyone who got accepted into the academy, they were the best of whatever camp, wherever they were at when they filled that application. They were the best amongst all of them.
Okay.
And they had multiple fire captains or correctional officers put in a good word or vouch for you.
Okay, that's good.
So that's how I got in. I had my 3 fire captains right.
So in other words, they're standing behind you and saying, "Hey, look, we stand behind these guys because we've seen their work ethic,
Yeah.
we've seen what they did out here, and we can say that they're good enough for the program."
Yeah, because you know what? Like, as a matter of fact, I remember this. I remember the captains used to tell the other dudes, like, here's an application. Don't talk to me about nothing until you fill it out.
Okay.
And these dudes would never fill it out. And me, they would, like, they literally, one of my captains literally told me, I filled out everything that I could for you.
Mm-hmm.
Fill out the rest and sign. That's all you have to do. We'll take care of the rest. So they, like, they did it all for me.
That's good.
Yeah, no, yeah. I
That's
got
good.
lucky.
So that you had them looking out for you in a really good way.
Yeah, no, yeah. They looked out tough for me, for sure.
So now that you once you went into the program, what were like some of the first steps that you had to like adjust? Obviously, for starters, adjusting to being outside, I'm sure was a big one, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So adjusting outside. For those that don't know, how many years did you do inside?
I did 15 years, and I want to say 9 months.
15 years and 9 months, which is a long time to
Yeah.
from going from inside to coming out to adjusting to everything
Oh,
that's
yeah.
changed. And then now that you have to deal with other individuals that obviously come from a different lifestyle now, was it hard to adjust once you got in?
It, like, I can say it was only because I had a strong support system.
Okay.
Like, my family, they've always been there for me. You know, I have, you know, luckily, thank God, I still got both of my parents. They're older. I got 3 brothers, and they've always been supportive of me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm the youngest of 4, so, like, you know, I'm the baby brother and
Right,
shit.
right.
So yeah, but I mean, but no, so that part, on that part, I think that helped somewhat. But nah, it was hard, like how to fill out an application online, like, you know, like I'm used to going to a place and saying, hey, you
Fill it
guys
out.
hiring? Give me an application. Like, oh, go online. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
I'll be honest with you. Once the transition started going to that, I hated it.
oh yeah,
Because it's like, how am I supposed to show you that I actually want it? Because I'm here for starters.
Yeah.
I'm making for an application. I want you to see me
Yeah,
as a
exactly.
person. Online, it's kind of annoying
Yeah.
because you get to be like, okay, there's just a name and information.
no,
How can I know?
No characteristics whatsoever.
Nothing whatsoever.